Hey everybody, it's Cody Long from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. It is Thursday, February 24th, 2011. Um, I'm putting this video up because I've noticed that, excuse me, sorry for that. I've noticed that a lot of people are posting videos about dreams that they've had. They call them prophecy dreams, prophecy through dreams and all that. Uh, I'm sure a lot of them are, and everything, but I'm sure some of them are just dreams. But I was gonna go ahead and put mine up there. I doubt it's a prophecy thing, but it's kind of one that's been irking me. Yeah, I used the word irk, but it's kind of on my nerves because I don't usually remember dreams all that much. Whenever I have them, I wake up and I realize, yeah, I had one, but that was it. I don't remember anything about it. So this one, actually, there's two of them, and I remember everything about each and every one of them, each or both of them, each and every aspect I remember. So I'm going to share with you. I'm noticing a lot of these other posts or other uploads from people that they'll post their dream and everything, and somebody else will come along and say, "Hey, I had something similar," and this is what it told me in the dream, or God told me in the dream, or whatever. So maybe somebody's had one similar to the one I'm about to explain to you, or the two that I'm about to explain to you. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is explain the first one. It was a few weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago, and in the dream, I was standing on the street. Okay, the street was it was made out of a weird kind of material. It was brown, but it wasn't dirt. It wasn't brick or anything either, or concrete or cement. It was something, I don't know what it was, but it was not your average street that you would find overseas or in America, or even in ancient times. It was a really weird street. Okay, and there was two streets, one going this way, which is the one I was on, and one going this way. And I was with a whole bunch of people that I did not know, and we were looking. It wasn't like we were wandering around aimlessly, just doing our daily routine or whatever. We were actually there for a reason because we were all looking in the same direction. We were looking up. It was some kind of festival. It felt like a festival type thing, and we were all looking. We were all looking up, and there was a bunch of buildings there. The buildings were they were glass, though. They weren't regular buildings that you find in the big city, but there were a lot of buildings, skyscraper type buildings, and like I said, they were glass. They were all glass. They were different sizes, and there was one in particular building that was at the head of them all. It was much taller and much bigger than the rest of them, and its glass was not. It was a little bit different. It's part of its glass was it was in layers almost. Like one section would be see-through, just plain glass, and the next one would have like a slight red tint to it, like a reddish tint to it, and then the next one would be back to the regular, and then the next one would have a red tint to it. And at the very top of the biggest building, tower or whatever you want to call it, there was two awnings that came, or I don't want to call it an awning, but two like pavilion type things that extended from it, and from the ground looking up, it looked like wings. Basically, is what it looked like two wings coming out of the building. Why would you put pavilions way up there? I don't know, but it did resemble kind of like wings, or arms, or whatever you want to call it. And then there was something behind it. I couldn't really tell what it was, even though it was they were glass buildings. Something happened. There was a sound. It wasn't an explosion or anything like that. It was just a sound. I can't explain the sound of it. And there was some kind of movement behind the biggest building, and all the rest of the buildings behind the building, around the building, the biggest building. they all just collapsed, right? Just in one fell swoop, they all just collapsed. And it wasn't like the World Trade Center where smoke and stuff billowed up from it, imploding or anything like that. They all just went down, and there was no dust, there was no anything. It was just like the earth just like opened up and just swallowed it, the whole city, the whole group of buildings. I do not remember the biggest building, the one with the wings on it. I do not believe it. I don't remember it falling. I think it still stood up. Uh, but in the dream, I didn't stick around because whenever the buildings fell, I booked it. I turned left. I remember turning left, and I just started running. As I started running, and everybody else was running with me, as we all started running, the earth, or the ground around us started shaking like an earthquake. Was happening? So we were all scared and everything. But it was scary. We were afraid, but I was not only afraid, but there was a part of me that was kind of excited for some reason. But anyways, whenever I was running, something told me to turn left. It wasn't a voice or anything like an angel or nothing like that. Something just told me to turn left. So I turned left and kept running. And I looked around, and so people were following me, but most of the other people just scattered to different directions. But there was a few of them following me, and we went up this hill, small hill, mountain, whatever. It was just nothing but green, and we went up and over it. And at the very top of it, the earthquake stopped. There was no earthquake anymore, and we all just stopped and looked around. We were wondering what was going on, and we looked back, and I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see the buildings. I couldn't see the biggest building that I mentioned that had the things on the side of it. I couldn't see it, so I don't know if it fell down or what. But and I just stood there and I looked around, and there were some more people there looking around too. They didn't say anything to me. I didn't say anything to them. But when I looked to my left, I looked down the other side of the hill, and there was my old home that I grew up in. I spent my first 23 years of my life in Texarkana, Arkansas, and it was my home as I remembered it from my childhood. And the same way the house was as I was growing up. And that's when the dream ended. I just woke up. Yeah, so I apologize if there's no like blood or gore or any cool demons and all that in there. Not cool demons, but a fight scene or whatever, anything like that. I noticed a few of those on YouTube that are like that. But that was the dream, the first one. The reason why I'm going to bring up the second one is because something has been compelling me to post a video about the first dream, but I keep putting it on the back burner and everything because, I really didn't want to at first because I really didn't feel like it was necessary. It's probably just a dream, but something has kept egging me on to go ahead and post it. So it kept egging me on and everything, and I kept putting it off, like I said. But the other day is um, today is Thursday. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday morning. I woke up. I woke up pretty early in the morning, and I went back to bed, and which was unusual for me. And when I went back to bed, I had a dream. It was like I was. It was a typical like counseling session where you walk in and you sit down on the couch, and the psychologist comes in and starts talking to you about your feelings and all that. Well, it was kind of like that, except whenever I was laying down there, when I first walked in, I met this woman, and she was physically what I look for in a woman. She was tall, she wasn't skinny, but she wasn't big. And she had long dark hair, beautiful eyes, and pretty face. She had like natural beauty. She didn't have any makeup on. It was just natural beauty, and she was gorgeous. And like I said, she was tall, and it was just perfect. And I was pretty much drooling over this woman. So we went to the office, or their counseling office, whatever you want to call it. And she sat me down there on the little couch thingy, and she told me to close my eyes. And when I closed my eyes, she professed that, hey, I'm here to help you. Uh, decipher your dream, the dream you had. So I said, okay. So I closed my eyes, and when I closed my eyes, she began to tell me about how that she's a Christian. She's been a Christian for so many years, this, that, and the other, and giving her credentials and all that as a psychologist or counselor. And then she said, okay, now we're going to begin. And she goes, tell me what is the first thing that you remember about your dream, which was a dream I just told you about. So I told her about the street I was on. And before I got to the part about the building, though, she grabbed my leg, my left leg, and ran her leg up, or ran her hand up my leg up into my crotch area. And of course, I got a little excited in the dream. But when she did that, for some reason, I told her no. I said, "Well, hey, what's going on here?" No. But when I said that, I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't move or do anything. And then the next thing I know, I felt her presence on me, like on top of me, but she wasn't physically pressed against me. She was like, my eyes were closed. I couldn't open them. I couldn't even open my eyes. But I knew she was right on top of me. I just couldn't do anything about it. And then her mouth was near my neck here, and it kind of blew on a little bit. Her breath on my neck, and it worked her way up to my ear. And then she said, don't give me this. I don't believe in any of that crap, any of that Christian crap. Said other words she put in there, and she said, evil's gonna win. Don't you know evil's gonna win? Evil's gonna win. So don't even try giving me this stuff. And that's when I woke up. And I was kind of scared because in the dream, the dream I just told you about, I was helpless. I couldn't do anything. And in the dream, as she was saying that stuff, I was trying to think of something to say to her, and about when she said evil was going to win. I was going to try to pipe in with something about Jesus and God and everything, and it was like she read my mind. She's like, "Don't even give me that. Don't even do it. Don't even go there. Evil's going to win. You don't even try it." That's basically what she said. So, and then I woke up, like I just told you, and that was the end of it. So, I just want to put this on here. If anybody out there has had something similar to any one of those two dreams happen, the second dream is probably the reason why I even posted this video about the first dream. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have posted it. But I think it's kind of odd that I had a dream about another dream, that's been that I can remember, from start to finish. These are the only two dreams I can really remember from start to finish and remember everything about it. So if anybody out there has had something similar to this, please let me know, or if you know maybe what it was about or something, symbolism or whatever, let me know. Alright. Thank you. God bless.